Hey folks, welcome back to the Twilight Zone. Why did I say it like that? I don't know. This episode is called Profile in Silver, which means nothing to me. Last time we had Dead Run, an episode about heaven and hell. We didn't get to see heaven, but we did get to see a sort of hell. It wasn't all that fire and brimstone type. But there were demons, and there were also truckers. And some people deserved to be there, and some people didn't. And one guy decided everything. So another guy decided that he would also decide everything and save some people. But he didn't go up to heaven and grab some people who shouldn't be there. So in a way, he was upsetting the balance of nature. But in another way, he was doing good. Sort of. Depending on his definition of good. Also, Data was in it. And Q. So it was a bit of a next generation episode. So, I don't know what this one's going to be about. Silver. Some sort of silver. Silver dollar. Somebody's profile in it. Let's check it out.
Interestingly, it was the anti-federalists of post-revolutionary America who were in favor of paper currency. Usually it's the federalists who oppose hard currency.
Isn't that the date that JFK gets shot? November 21st, 1963, or thereabouts? What has this got to do with silver? Paper? Gold? It's around this date, isn't it? If I know my history. Oh, that means there's going to be a huge 60th anniversary this year. We'll find out all the conspiracy secrets that they've kept from us about who really shot him.
Deliverance at the scene is at hand. We'll pick this up on Monday.
I think he was Perry White.
I thought I might do my 1,500 words on President Kennedy's speech tomorrow.
Oh, you should.
Speech?
Yes, sir, in Dallas, at the Trademark.
Tomorrow.
That would be fine. You go right ahead.
Are you a time traveler? Do you know something about the future? Do you know about the assassination? Lane Smith. Barbara Baxley. I know her. She was in something when she was younger that we've seen. Alfred Hitchcock Presents, maybe? Hey, that's from the future. The future. Don't let anybody see that. It's a profile in silver from the future.
Kate, I wasn't expecting you for another month.
Hello.
Well, this isn't a formal status report. It's just a friendly visit. I wondered how you were doing.
You know, just teaching the kids.
You've made friends, probably fell in love.
Not me. How can you get close to people when you can't really tell them what you think? Sometimes I feel like a eternal observer, doomed always to watch, never to participate.
Maybe you could change something.
I spent 3 years studying John Kennedy and his times. I even met him, but I never really got to know him.
You have a Chinese view of ancestor worship.
Kate.
What?
I did not create this project just because this man was an ancestor of mine.
Oh, is that why he's talking like him? He got a little bit of a cadence. A bit of a Kennedy cadence, doesn't he? Just a little bit, just a tiny bit. I was like, that's not his accent from Lois and Clark, The New Adventures of Superman. Remember that?
Don't have to go to Dallas tomorrow. You know that?
Yeah.
Kate, this is my project.
He has to witness it.
I'll see this through to the end. It's just that
Okay.
I never really got to know him. And now I've got to go watch him.
What's that?
It's family keepsake. It's a good luck charm.
Got his face on it.
Against policy.
But not strictly enforced. Kate, give me a break. Let me have my own particular form of ancestor worship.
Well, have a safe trip, Joseph.
Don't do anything crazy. Does she have a time watch? Oh, look.
Sai Jen, La Pumya.
What
Sai
did,
Jen.
What'd you say?
what did she just say?
Guess I'll ask you about that in 200 years. Might as well get this over with.
Don't change anything. Anything you do could fundamentally alter the course of history. Oh, he's got one too.
Computer scanning.
Holographic recorder operational.
Operational.
Emergency homing device?
Operational.
He's got a magic ring.
Wearer of ring will be automatically returned to point of departure.
Uh-oh. Why do robots in the future all talk robotically? Oh, we can teleport. Do you think somebody else is going to get his ring? Give it to Kennedy. He's at a grassy knoll. Get him.
Where in the Sam Hill did you come from?
Cambridge.
There he is. Oh, I know that actor. That's not JFK. That's some guy. It's an imposter. Is Lee Harvey up there? There he is. Is he gonna try and do something?
My God.
A shooter!
President! He's got a gun! Get down! President!
Oh, he saved him. Now what have you done? Now what have you done?
You're the President and the First Lady unhurt.
Affirmative, Treasury 2. President and First Lady are unhurt. Repeat, unhurt.
What kind of an apocalypse are you gonna go back to?
Looks like Mr. Rosen will get to do his essay after all. I check out as an upstanding citizen.
And then some.
Nice.
You didn't tell me you knew Secretary of Defense McNamara.
I don't really. I met him once or twice at Harvard functions. That's all.
You were in Dallas to hear the president's speech, I take it.
Yes, and record him for my class at Harvard.
We'll be
You must
taking
have some
that.
telephoto lens on it.
It looks like a ray gun.
I hope you don't mind my asking, exactly where are we going?
White House?
Met the president before, Professor? Wanted to meet with you after his speech. We're scheduled to rendezvous with him at Love Field in about 20 minutes.
Hey, here's a question. Just a small question. Why does that future have to be worse? Because we saved him. Why does it have to be worse? Why can't it just be better and everything just be fine? He goes back to his future, like none of his family exist. Hey, look, he still exists. He hasn't erased himself from the timeline. But maybe it's all sunshine and roses, and everybody's much happier about that. And that we don't have to go back and fix it. In fact, everybody from the future now thinks that JFK always survived. They won't even be getting on his case about it. Yeah. They'll be like, oh, that's weird. You were always meant to be the guy who stopped that assassination from... That's weird, we read about that. You know, there was somebody warned the president, but it was you all along. Wow. What are the odds? What was her name? Kate or something? Maybe she's undisturbed by the timeline changes. She'll be back. Oh, we gotta send you back. We gotta kill him. We gotta send you back. You can't stop it. You have to witness it. You can't stop it. We have to put back the future the way it's supposed to be. But why? Hey, check your coin. Has it changed? Somebody else's head on it? Do the Russians win the Cold War? Some crazy alternate stuff happen? Mm-hmm.
Governor, thank you very much. See you again.
I believe you've met Dr. Joseph Fitzgerald.
He saved your life.
Saved your life this morning.
Dr. Fitzgerald, I've been wanting to meet you for some time now, although I hadn't anticipated the circumstances.
I'm afraid I won't be heading back just yet. The
Oh, I know him.
A couple of the meanest looking tornadoes you ever saw just blew into the state.
Yeah.
Tornadoes?
Yes, I'll take care of your people, Lyndon. Let me know how I can help.
Yes, sir.
Tornadoes?
We'd be honored to have you as a guest for dinner tonight at the White House. Tomorrow morning we can have you on a plane back to Cambridge if you like.
Great.
I'd love to. Mr. President, thank you.
Everybody's
yeah.
doing the accent. Everybody's trying to do the cadence. They're failing in different ways, but I appreciate it. Is he gonna die in a different way? Tornado attack?
Strange feeling. Being shot at.
Maybe whoever shot at you wasn't shooting at you, but the office you represent.
Or your wife?
Maybe. Sure you're no relation to old Honey Fitz, my grandfather?
No, I don't think so.
According to the press, if you had been a relative, there might have been a place for you in my cabinet.
Ooh.
You know, my father
He's getting to know him.
drummed into us when we were growing up that you needed power to get anything done. But after Berlin and the missile crisis, no one man should have that much power. No one man should have to have it.
You are way ahead of your time. It will take...
Don't say anything.
It will probably take another century before people see it that way.
If people see it 100 years from now, it will have been worth the wait.
There's a radio phone call for you from Defense Secretary McNamara.
Is it nukes? Are nukes coming?
Police called. They've captured a man named Lee Oswald. They're charging him with attempted murder.
Yeah, Oswald. That's the guy. Uh-oh. It's a gimmick coin. I had it made up. It's kind of funny. He's a time traveler. Get him.
Is it anything you can tell me about?
National security?
Russian troops just captured West Berlin. Soviet premier is demanding that we pull our forces out of the rest of Germany.
That's not,
Khrushchev would never do that.
not supposed to happen.
Premier Khrushchev was assassinated today.
What? What? Now look what you've done. That's a hell of a butterfly effect.
We're gonna have to give you a rain check on that dinner. Feel free to stay the night.
Oh, my camera. Where's my camera?
We'll be taking that.
I must have left it on Air Force One.
That guy has it.
We'll have it delivered to you before you leave.
Thank you very much.
Initial effect of intervention in Kennedy assassination, time distortion caused by interference in history.
Yeah?
Subsequent pressure release by tornadoes at intervention site.
Tornadoes.
Insufficient to counterbalance temporal damage.
Okay.
Compute to the extent of damage in the time stream.
Oh, it's all different.
Temporal rift of unprecedented proportions.
Give me the worst and the best case outcomes in this timeline.
Worst case scenario, nuclear exchange between the superpowers.
Yeah.
Results in total annihilation of biosphere. Probability
What's the good one?
77%. Best case scenario, surrender of Western Europe within 6 years. Result, total annihilation of biosphere within century.
Hey, we're doing that anyway.
You mean there's only 11% possibility of avoiding total war in this timeline?
0%. 11% includes
Zero.
all other scenarios leading to total annihilation of biosphere.
Why do you know Time Watch? You don't know nothing. Don't frickin' 0%. I'll give you 0%, you stupid Time Watch. What does he have to do? Don't kill the president. You can go back. Could he go back in time? Of course he can. That's how he got into this mess in the first place. He has to go back and stop himself from interfering. There'll be two of them. There'll be two of them. Or he'll quantum leap into his own body. I guess he could shoot Kennedy now. Would that help? Would that help? Freaking Time Watch. Or I'll get you. What happens again if he takes off his magic ring? He can't summon Captain Planet anymore?
Give me all options for repairing the original timeline.
Only one viable option.
Just one?
The Kennedy presidency must end.
That's the only option?
What have I done?
One of our NATO B-52s en route to Berlin is under attack by Soviet MiGs. The pilot is requesting permission to return fire. Mr. President?
Let him have it.
Yes, General.
All guns blazing.
Sir, what are your orders?
The timeline's screwed, dude. Doesn't matter. Launch all nukes.
You tell the pilot to defend himself.
God bless you, sir.
God bless us all, General.
Remarkable. In my years with the Treasury, I've never seen a counterfeit this faithful to Mint's standards.
It's great, isn't it?
But it's against U.S. policy to mint the image of any living person.
No, I didn't know that.
Oh, what about this Fitzgerald? You're sure his credentials are solid, huh?
Maybe a little too pat. He's got 3 of the president's family names. Well, he even looks like he could be a relative, for God's sake.
He's got the cadence.
The president's confiding in a stranger like it's a long-lost brother.
We will now return to our regular...
If you ask me, this Dr. Fitzgerald could very easily be a Soviet sleeper.
Now, what Russian agent carries around a patently phony and illegal coin and then loses?
Hey, did you hear the original Twilight Zone little jingle there? Because that aired. We were watching the original Twilight Zone as it was passing the JFK assassination. It was airing at the same time. Like, not on the same day, but it was around the same time. So, yeah, it would have been on TV. Although they weren't showing it. But maybe they just cut to it. After the update, the news update. I just heard the little jingle in the background. It was tiny, it was subtle, it was tiny. But I like it. We are in the past. I like that little touch. Anyway, he's got to go back and make sure he dies. The end of episode. You know? There's literally no other way. That Time Watch has dictated It's decided. You know? There's no possibilities. There's no... Free will is meaningless, and endless possibilities are restricted to only like 7. You know? And unless he dies, the world is completely dead.
Then there's the camera.
What about it?
Oh, yeah.
I got one just like it for Christmas last year.
Did we look at it?
It's made of some sort of weird alloy they've never even seen before. It's like nothing we have in development.
Get Fitzgerald in here now. Joe, I'll be brief about this. This coin, where'd you get it?
It's a
Mr. President,
novelty
you wouldn't
coin.
believe me if I told you.
I think I might believe almost anything.
Just tell him the truth then.
Damn it, Joe, I don't have time for mysteries. The Russians won't answer the hotline. I may be looking at another Cuba, so cut the crap and tell me where you got the bloody coin.
Ooh.
It's, been in my family for over 200 years.
Yeah.
That answer does strain my credulity.
He's telling them. Doesn't matter. This timeline doesn't matter anyway.
Easy, Professor.
This is not a weapon, I assure you.
It's like a holographic, cool thingy, dude. You can... It's 3-dimensional. Pretty cool, eh?
I'm a historian, Mr. President. Sent here from over 200 years in your future. I can show you some holographic tapes of other eras, other time periods.
I don't think that'll be necessary. Oh, God help me, I think I believe him.
Mr. President, I believe Secret Service rules prohibit an agent from drinking while on duty.
We are related, aren't we?
Yes.
No, I'll take 2, dude. Pour me some more next
For your
time.
health.
All right. Why did you choose this moment to make contact with me just now? To observe how I would react to this Berlin crisis?
No.
Nope.
I didn't know about that.
How could you not know? 1964.
Yeah. He's putting it together.
You came to Dallas to witness an assassination, didn't you?
Mm-hmm.
Khrushchev, Soviet invasion, none of this was supposed to happen, was it?
Oh, this is why he's president. He's super smart.
And this Berlin crisis would be the end of the world, wouldn't it?
According to the time.
Is there any way
Watch.
to undo the damage?
Just
Yes.
the one.
I have to go back, don't I?
In my future, we have seen the realization of your greatest dreams.
Oh, we haven't reached that yet.
And we've moved out among the stars.
Something to look forward to.
Thank you for telling me that, Joe. I see no point in putting this off.
Let's go.
If there's anyone you'd like to say goodbye to.
I wouldn't be able to leave them if I did.
How does this work? Are we all gonna quantum leap back in time?
Put this on.
The ring, the magic ring.
Let me. Ray, it's my boat.
Veritas.
Warning. Homing device activated.
What's going on?
You sent him to the future.
You and I still have work to do. We're going back. I need to make a few changes.
What are we doing, dude? I don't even know. Oh, he put himself in the car.
Something wrong, Doctor?
Wrong? No, nothing wrong at all.
Oh, it's her.
Dr. Fitzgerald wasn't the only one with a second life in the past.
You people knew what was going to happen?
Some of us do our research in the even farther future.
What?
Dr. Fitzgerald never knew his destiny.
Couldn't my memories change the future somehow?
No one can change history. Even the act of traveling in time is a part of history.
Okay.
Dr. Fitzgerald's actions were simply a part of what was.
It's all self-consistent. You didn't change a thing.
I couldn't tell him what I knew. All I could say was something in Chinese, a phrase my husband taught me.
What was it?
Goodbye, old friend.
Oh.
Goodbye.
Ah, meanwhile, in the future, is JFK here?
In any age, good or bad, there are men of high ideals. Men who do more than that for which they are called upon.
Yeah.
So that when the human race is called to judgment, we may say, this too was humanity.
Oh! He's Garrick from Deep Space Nine. It just came to me. He's Garak from Deep Space Nine. Just at the last second. I was like, who is this guy? Who is this guy? That was Profile in Silver. And it was a JFK story with a little bit of a twist. It was like a double twist. A double twist. It didn't go the way I was expecting it. I thought we'd see the classic story. Someone goes back in time to change something, like either to kill Hitler or to save JFK. That's the classic, right? And they're either prevented from doing so, somehow, because you can't change things, or you do prevent it, but it results in a horrific future, which you have to then reset by, like, you have to kill him now. You have to be the shooter. Or some other way of just resetting it. But in this episode, 2 weird things happened. One, the guy was like, I'm gonna send you to the future, JFK. Get out of here. You're safe now. And I'm gonna quantum leap into your body using my cool teleporter. And I'm gonna take the bullet for you. And that will reset the timeline to the way it should have been. But what he did, this is the second twist to the whole story. What he didn't realize was that his sacrifice was always the way it went. And she knew that because she's from the even further future. She was coming to see him in his final moments. I don't know. She couldn't tell him. She couldn't change it. She couldn't warn him that he was the one that got assassinated. And we just pretended it was JFK. So I liked the extra little twisty parts to it. Not just the first twist that we sent JFK to the future, where his visions have come to pass. He fits in better with the future world, But also that she knew that the other guy was gonna to do that, and that was it all. He didn't change anything. He didn't cause a cascade in time. It was just all one part of the story, a little loop, a little kind of turn before we go on our way. I like that. I like that idea. And this episode had so many people from other things in it, didn't it? Almost every face in the episode was a face from some random other show. And Barbara Baxley, I only saw her maybe a few weeks ago in something. Yeah, she was in Alfred Hitchcock Presents episode, season 2, episode 16, Nightmare in 4D. So that's fun. Because I remember looking her up during that episode and going, oh, she's going to be in an 80s Twilight Zone episode at some point. This was the some point. She was also in an original Twilight Zone episode called Mute. Do you remember that one? It was about that girl who could... She had telepathy but couldn't speak. Now it's interesting, if you watch this episode and you can speak Chinese, you would have known she was saying goodbye to him. So, if she pronounced it correctly. So yeah, I like that little episode. I think I liked it because initially, for the first half, I thought it was just something we'd already kind of seen before. But they did some nice twists on it. The next episode is called Button Button. Okay. So come back, or don't launch the nukes. Don't press those buttons. I love that. To try and fix the timeline, there was like time tornadoes or something. They didn't help. And then Khrushchev gets assassinated the same day. That didn't help. Why does time think that killing key figures is going to help in any way? You know? Just get Kennedy again when he's on Air Force One with a twister. You know? Lightning strike. You know, try and do it that way. But don't start killing other important world leaders at the time. That's just going to completely imbalance it. And I love that there were no possible futures where the Earth, the biosphere, anything worked out. It was just so certain. It was like, nah, this timeline's screwed. Can't be done. Maybe he was just faking. Maybe the time watch was just telling him what he needed to do, what he always had to do, guiding him. Maybe it wasn't so dire. Right, thanks for watching. See you next time for Button.